Yeah.
Thank you.
You have the mic here. That's all.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum. It's not on. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah, I don't think you guys can hear me. This is not working. Can you get the...
Just for a few seconds.
No, the pipes off, that's why. There you
It's about right. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. Bradford. You know, before I came here, people told me, ये white session है यहाँ पे आपने English भी नहीं बोलनी और उर्दू भी नहीं बोलनी. Yeah. So I should say, Assalamu alaikum Mirpur. So I hope this is not going to be too technical because I heard that I only have about 90 minutes in this one. An hour and a half before the, yeah? Yeah, this is not going to be enough for 90 minutes. This is going to be a little more than 90 minutes. Takes a little more than 90 minutes to shake the Muslim now. Yeah, okay. So before I begin this, let me give you a little caution here. Anything that you don't understand from this, you'll have to stop me. You will have to stop me, especially girls, especially kids. Stop me so that you and I can actually go along together. If you do not go along together, then it'll be a lot of, effort wasted because you won't be able to get the answers of some of the questions, a lot of those questions back home. This is something which is very technical, and this is going to create a challenge. And that kind of challenge we're not used to, especially. Who's not a Pakistani here? One, two, oh, okay, quite, okay. Okay. Indians? Okay. We're from India. Gujarat, okay. Okay. So, same thing. उधर भी बड़े ज़्यादा बात नहीं करने देते घर जाके. Okay. So, please make sure, this is just the one ground rule. Stop me whenever you can. Or whenever you don't understand something. If you don't like something, it's all right. You're not going to like most of it anyway. Don't stop me at that time, okay? Let's begin proceedings. Let's just start with you guys. Can I get rid of this? I'm not used to these sort of things. Actually, no. This is a good thing. I'm gonna start with this sort of thing. This is the first time I'm in a program where there's so much prelude, and so eloquently describing everything, except that clapping thing. No, I know. I'm not used to that. So let's just start with you with the people who brought their kids. Who brought their kids? Okay. Yeah, because there's so many hands raised there. Yes, sir. Kya naam hai aapka, sir? Okay, as soon as I'm going to start the content, I will need this, Mahin? How can I shift these slides? Yeah, then I'm just going to go English, I'm sorry. Okay, because this is going to go to every part of the world. We cannot speak Urdu because kids in America, kids in Canada or, Africa, the Arabia, they don't speak Urdu, so we'll have to keep it English. Or after I start. Yes, sir. उससे पहले उर्दू में बात करते हैं. Yes, sir.
सर सादा क्यों है? हम चाहते हैं कि आप उर्दू में थोड़ा बहुत, क्योंकि इतनी इंग्लिश नहीं आती है. आंधी तेरी.
कितनी आती है बताएं?
मतलब इटली से है स्पेशल इस इवेंट लिए सन इंग्लिश आंधी होती थी, मतलब बस समझ आ रही. तो जिस टाइम जब आप वीडियो बनाए ना उन लोगों के लिए वो देख लेंगे शायद उस वक्त.
वो यही वक्त है ना वो देखें. यही वक्त है. But don't worry, I'll keep you with me. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah. I know what you mean. मैं बीच में साथ I'll keep reeling you in. Don't worry. It's not. Plus मेरी अंग्रेजी बहुत ही आसान वाली है. You guys speak tough English. I couldn't get a word. See how I'm actually, you know, my it's
हम सुबह से आए हैं जो ये बोल रहे हैं वो तो मतलब
nobody can understand that. ये मैं और आप इकट्ठे हैं इसमें.
वो डरा दिए हैं, पता नहीं क्या बोल रहे हैं.
Yeah, this is not English. They're faking it. This is not English. Seriously. Plus, this Glasgow thing was so awesome. That is so beautiful, and the way they speak. And after Glasgow, you come to Bradford. Everything shatters, you know. It's so weird, so beautiful. So, but it's not the fact that you guys are so difficult to understand. The fact that you don't understand me as well. It's like I don't even have that Bradford thing going on. I have a very desi sort of a small wave. So, sir, इसलिए डर लग रहा है. इसलिए आपसे उर्दू में बात कीजिएगा. नहीं बैठे बैठे आपका नाम क्या है? So you brought your kids. Yeah. Why? Why did you bring your kids? Say what? Okay. Who else is a student here in England? I'm going to break this. Okay. So students should ask, you should be a little more aggressive during this, okay? Especially people who have not hit their 30s yet. If you don't grasp this, okay, two things are going to happen after I leave this. First of all, we're going to connect you all, whoever paid for the ticket. We have your information. We're going to get you into a WhatsApp group and we're going to connect. I'm going to be a part of that, inshallah, of that WhatsApp group. Then we're going to connect you with Glasgow and London, wherever we're going to go in Manchester next. Are we going to Manchester next? Birmingham. Oh, how could I forget? Tomorrow's Birmingham. So yeah. Say what? No, really? Tougher? Tougher than Bradford? Okay, thanks. No, thanks for the heads up. So, okay. Which one's the toughest? Glasgow, no. Glasgow was smooth, easy, and so Birmingham is. Newcastle? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get everybody who came in together, just like we did in Australia. I'm going to show you of what this awakening tour looks like, because whenever a Muslim man stands on this sort of a podium and he starts showing you any verse of the Quran or starts talking about the Prophet ﷺ, all of a sudden, we start to tend to go to sleep. Which is okay. I get it. That was, you know, वो अम्मी ने बताया था कुरान में बहुत सुकून है और कुरान पढ़ते ही नींद आ जाती है. You know, that was the exact opposite of why the Quran came, to wake us up. And, you know, we use it as a sleeping pill now. And that's why whatever is going on is going on. Okay? And it's not just Palestine. I think the worst calamity in the you know, अब तो मैं ब्रैडफोर्ड में हूँ, मैं कह सकता हूँ. Palestine is going through whatever it's going through because Pakistan is going through whatever we're going through. Okay? That's as simple as I can make it. And if we cannot become the real Pakistan, well, then there's going to be another Palestine, not just this one. It's going to be closer, farther, doesn't really matter. It is because of my son and your son, my daughter and your daughter, of whatever Palestine is going through. And I'm not going to blame it to my old man, my father or my mother. They did whatever they did. Kalma sikhaya unhone, Nabi Islam se roshnas karaya. You know, job done. Now my job, okay? It's my job to raise my son or my daughter to make him or her understand that if he's not going to do more than just philanthropy, okay, this is not going to cut it. That's what the Awakening Tour is. I'm going to give you the 4 pillars, and I'm going to give you the mechanics, inshallah. So kids who are less than 20 should be taken care of. Able men and women who are a little over 20. Okay, because if you're not going to do that, then our kids are not going to do that. Kids of people who are over 50, they should become the facilitators of whatever I'm about to give you. Okay? Now, there's going to be 2 things that are going to happen. Like literally. After this session, when you're going to fill those SUVs with families in there, there are going to be 2 groups. Most of the people who are going to be driving will be your fathers and mothers. And they'll be like, मैं क्या सी थे नहीं आना. And the kids back in the back seat, they'll be like, "What are you talking about, Mom? Whatever he said made sense." And the daddy will be like, "It's the jal at the jal." He's manipulating the kids. He's like that piper. You know why I'm saying that? This literally goes on, and kids and sometimes old folks call me and say, literally the same thing. So this is going to be a very polar session. It's going to split the family into two, literally. And I don't intend to do that. You know who's going to do that? Common sense. And that's why whatever's going on is going on. You think the kind of words that, Imam Saab just used about me were real? There was a fatwa in flowing, I came from Ittihad, so the fatwa was flying right, next to me. Before I landed in England, the fatwa had already, circulated. I am not allowed in a lot of masjids in UK. Did you know that? No? Well, now you do. Why? Why do you think that is? No. Well, of course, yeah. Yeah. Why? Because of a very simple thing. No, okay. Let me just ask you a few questions. You're going to find out. Yeah, anyone from this side? Anyone, just voluntarily. I want to see your accents. I want to see I want to taxi for about 20 minutes only, okay? Last session in London, they told me you taxi too long. People get a little, people are waiting for this. So, but I need to know you guys before I open this, because I need to choose the language and the speed. Anybody? Yeah, come on. Yes, you don't have to stand up, don't worry. Yeah, thank you. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Muzdalifa. Okay, with an M? Muzdalifa, okay. So why did you come here? Did you come here by choice, or did somebody bring you here? To be honest, I don't get this about England. If you say that in Canada, America, they'll be thinking you're lying for the last, before all of that. Because to be honest means everything else is false. After whatever I'm going to say now is going to be honest. To be honest, I know it's an English thing. I mean, whatever you say is honest. Okay? So what did you say after you were honest?
My dad brought me here.
Dad, okay. Why do you think he did that?
He wants me to see things from different perspective, maybe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What things?
Not quite sure, to be honest.
Telling you. I mean, it'll work in England, but right after you cross any airport, don't do that. To be honest, it'll kill you. Yes. Mustafa, how old are you?
I'm 24.
And you study?
Yeah. I'm doing doctorate in clinical psychology.
Really? Clinical psychology. Why?
Well, I did bachelor's in psychology, looked at a couple of things I could do. I did Islamic psychology as well. So I sort of had to decide what to do next. So from looking at my options, that was probably...
While you go. You're looking at options while you go.
I saw that the need, how much, like in our Asian community, people don't recognize mental health. And
Yeah, actually, if anybody comes in about 20 meters of your radius, he's not going to get married. You know that, right? Pakistan mein ek syndrome hai. Oh, psychologist. He went to the psychologist. Cool. Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. So it's a tough profession in Bradford. Yeah. You need a lot of white clientele. Yeah. But tell me something. How can a psychologist in England help somebody in Tunisia while she sits in England?
Repeat that again, sorry.
Change the country, okay, it's a tough name. How can you, sitting in Bradford, in the next 10 years, fix more than just a patient in Lebanon or Sudan or Indonesia?
It is going to be tough because the work that we do around here, we focus mainly on people that belong here, even though I think right now the focus has changed to global majority, so the work that we're doing is more around global majority as well. So I guess we can take
Need
what
this,
we're learning and adopt it to different countries as well.
I'm listening. You have no idea how intently I'm listening, to be honest. मुझे slides shift करनी है. They don't have it? Well, then now will be the time. Now would be the perfect time, actually. Ji, Mustafa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sudan, Bradford, Mustafa, the triangle.
It is going to be tough, you're right.
Did you go? Well, would you know that there's a guy in let's just say Milwaukee who went into clinical psychology so that while sitting in, let's just say Berkeley, okay, to be a little more probable, we went to Berkeley so that a lot of things in Tel Aviv can move properly. He went into clinical psychology. I mean, I know a guy who's a little younger than you who did this. See, you're going to see a lot of the word politics there. And I need your kids, sons and daughters, jumping into politics right away, starting with your neighborhood, starting with Bradford. And I'll tell you what politics is. It's not democracy, okay? Real politics has nothing to do with democracy. Real politics has everything to do with purpose and vision. Of course, you need a lot of power, so getting that power is politics. Ironic that I'm starting with politics, even though that would be my last pillar. Ironic, but that's what everybody keeps on asking me. कि साहिल साहब आप problems बहुत बताते हैं, solution नहीं बताते. You know? And I'm thinking, you know the word politics. Pakistani se pita kisko pata hai. The only, you know, you are like, I don't know, kitne mil dur aage Pakistan se hum? Anyone did the math? 7,000 aerial distance. 7,000 मील, कई हजार मील बनती है रोड पे तो, मगर फिर भी जियो टीवी लगाते हैं घर आके, ARY लगा होता है. I mean, the fact that you know Nawaz Sharif should be a crime. I'm telling you, especially if your kids knew about him. See how I'm becoming a little Scottish? If your kids knew about, I thought के Bradford में आप, you know why मैं ऑस्ट्रेलिया में ना, मेलबर्न में था. And people were asking, Melbourne was like a big, very serious city. अभी अभी गए हैं वो, like अभी इंग्लिश भी नहीं बोल सकते वो, like literally, they were like अभी नहीं सीखी सर, good thing, उनके बच्चे सीखेंगे. And very serious people. And I said, यार मसला पता क्या है? You guys अभी तक Aussie accent, Aussie, you know, वो गोरा गोरी नहीं बर्दाश्त हो रही है तुमसे अभी. 10 साल लगाओ, 1-2 बच्चे पैदा करो, एक दफा पूरे ऑस्ट्रेलियन हो जाओ, एक दफा ये बुखार उतर जाएगा, उस बच्चे जब परवान चढ़ेंगे, they're gonna take over. उनसे मैं बात करूंगा, because अभी तक you know, they're still in that shock and awe. By the way, that shock and awe was still in Canada, and you know, you can see it out on the coast in America as well. So starting from Melbourne to Sydney and Perth, I started yelling कि मैं इंग्लैंड के अलावा कोई उम्मीद नहीं है मुझे. इंग्लैंड में, this is where I have to centralize my movement, and this is a movement. It's called IMS, by the way. Okay. It's a movement. And it's a movement which is going to be fueled by young, hot blood. That's why आपने सुना होगा 40 से ऊपर से उम्मीद नहीं अब. No, don't worry. मुझे उम्मीद है. जिसको मेरे से उम्मीद है, उसको मुझे भी उससे उम्मीद है. But why England? Because Muzdalfas are here. They were born here. They were raised here. They're not confused. Nani Ammi Muzdalfa was total confused. मेरी भी आपकी भी. Okay? And that's not normal. हर immigrant के साथ होता है. It's called acculturation. You're going to see this word. अभी बता रहा हूँ, उर्दू में बताया. Acculturation क्या होता है? It's a word from what subject, Muzdalfa? Acculturation?
I would say sociology, psychology.
Yes. Like from the center of psychology. What is acculturation? अभी बताता हूँ. Like you have been accultured. The English Pakistani is the only Pakistani who is more English, supposedly, than Pakistani. Okay? And you guys should have the English confidence. जितना पुराने आप हैं, इतना तो King Charles नहीं है. No, like literally. आपके कुछ लोग ऐसे बैठे हैं जो कि जिनके दादा आए थे, किंग चार्ल्स अभी पैदा नहीं हुआ था, वो इंग्लैंड में ही थे, किंग चार्ल्स को पैदा होते उन्होंने देखा है, सेलिब्रेशन में वो भी गए थे। Is there anyone who's here in the उतने पुरानी नस्लन इंग्लिश? जल्दी पूछती इंग्लिश कौन है इधर? वेल ओके, सेकंड थर्ड जनरेशन आप लोग इधर ही, ओके। सो इज दैट अ गुड थिंग? इट्स एन अमेजिंग एसेट। दैट मीन्स आपके साइकोलॉजिकल डिसऑर्डर्स ठीक हो चुके हुए, इंफीरियरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स खत्म। वो पिछली नस्लों के थे, आई गेट इट, एवरीबॉडी गोज थ्रू दैट, बिकॉज अभी बताता हूं वो क्यों होते हैं। आई एम गोना ओपन दिस इन फ्रंट यू, डोंट वरी। But now, everyone who is born here, unless they come together, because now our house is on fire. जब King Charles पैदा हुआ था, by the way, house was on fire at that time as well. World War की बात बता रहा हूँ, all of that stuff was going on. And at that time, the Palestine thing was like seriously hot. And now it's hot again. And it's not just about Palestine, okay? What's the case study? It's about Pakistan. It is the most religious lecture you're ever going to attend. Abhi bata raha hu, I guarantee you that. And I'm going to use the word politics more than any politician you'll ever meet. So, मुझे किस तरीके से स्लाइड शिफ्ट करवा दें। ये इससे आगे साहिल अदीम से आगे कुछ लिखा होगा। मेरा पूरा है किसी के पास? कहाँ है? Who wants to talk to me? इस सवाल के जवाब के लिए आप में से किसी को मुझसे भी तो बात करनी होगी ना। वेट माहिन फिरोज। Okay, so is there a problem? Sorted, okay, sorted. Jay, so well that happens. Yes, sir. Muzdalfa, you understand the meaning of psychology now? Do you really? No, you don't. I'll tell you how. आप माइक अपने पास रखिएगा. There's a study going on right now, because I'm a part of that study, okay? There's a study going on कि किस तरीके से ज़्यादातर आर्मी मेट्स जितने भी डिप्लॉय होते हैं इंटरनेशनल मिशंस के ऊपर दुनिया में, उनका सुसाइड रेट 30 टाइम्स मोर होता है रेगुलर सुसाइड रेशियोज के अंदर। एंड नाउ दे वर्किंग ऑन दिस एंड इमेजिन सबसे ज़्यादा पूछ आप मुझसे पूछ लें क्वेश्चन।
I'm just going to add a good comment because there are so many families here.
Who?
उनके fathers लेके आए हैं बच्चों को।
Awesome.
But opposite here, my kids brought me here. So
I am sorry. I apologize. Yeah, I apologize. No, it happens. It's going to keep happening, inshallah. It is. कहाँ है बच्चे याद करा करें? Good job. Good job. But you got to follow through, eh? Yeah? Follow through. Follow through. This is not a 4-hour thing. It's a 40-year thing. Inshallah. So from the boys, any 20-year-old? 30-year-old? Oh, yes, sir. Yeah. 20-year-old. You're 20. What's your name? So, Mahad. Mahad, why are you here?
I have questions.
Oh, okay. That's why you came here. You have questions. Give me one.
I think we can save it for
When I'm dead.
No.
Come on, I'm right here. Come on.
Okay.
The way I'm going to be dead sooner than you think. No, I mean it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, inshallah.
How do I make my youth explode the way you say that our youth, Muslim youth, needs to explode?
With a D-E or an R-E? Explore or explode?
Explode.
No, I can't get it. See, this is where English is.
D, with a D.
You want to blow up the kids?
No?
What do you mean explode?
No?
Oh, okay, you mean, I know, okay, yeah, you mean like energy,
The
yeah.
bomb you talk about.
Yeah, the bomb I talk about, yeah, the minds. Okay, yeah, that's where I hear. I'm going to open it up as soon as somebody just helps me go to, oh, here you go. Which, yeah, okay. So how can I get, verbally? Batata रहूँगा, आप shift करते रहेंगे? Okay, let's just, that's your only question? Okay. Give me what do you think of when you say, what's the vision that comes to your mind?
You talk about the verses of the Quran that say every single thing that goes wrong in the world that Allah has given us is a responsibility of a Muslim man.
Every single thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a Muslim man. It bothers me when there's a non-Muslim African kid suffering, and then there's Netanyahu, and there's Joe Biden sitting there. They can talk about whatever they want, and I can't do anything about it. It bothers me every single day that I wake up. It makes me not want to wake up, but I wake up because I know my responsibilities will be questioned. Every single thing that I stand for, every single thing I breathe for, Allah will question it.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to answer Him.
Okay, there are two things that are going to happen. Okay. There are two things that are in the way of this and whatever's going on right now. But whatever you have in your mind and whatever is. Are you from Bradford?
No.
Really?
I got here 2 weeks ago.
Forever?
No. Allah knows best, but for studying.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be in Bradford for a little while now. Okay. So Imam Jafar Sadiq said, when the first light, which means at the dawn, first light does not bring with it the worry of your nation as a Muslim, you have not entered Islam yet. सूरज की पहली किरण सबसे पहले कौम का मसला नहीं लेके आती तो इस्लाम में दाखिल नहीं हो गए आप. Okay. Now you put this litmus test on you and you tell me how many Muslims there are in the room. See, that's the problem. This is the difference between Umar ibn Khattab and Sahil Adeem. मस्जिद नबी में नमाज हो रही है, जान के उर्दू में बता रहा हूं ताकि आपको कोई कसर न रह जाए. अमीरुल मोमिनीन उमर बिन खत्ताब नमाज पढ़ा रहे हैं, पीछे अब्दुर्रहमान बिन औफ बैठे हैं, राया पूरी सफ पूरी मस्जिद भरी हुई, अस्सलामु अलैकुम रहमतुल्लाह, and then he says the other salam, नमाज खत्म ऐसे अस्सलामु अलैकुम रहमतुल्लाह, and then he turns around and he says, ओ अब्दुर्रहमान, यमन में फौजी कम भेजें, यमन में फौजी कम भेजें. And people are like amazed कि कोई सेकंड गुजरता है उमर बिन खत्ताब का कि he's not thinking about whatever Muslims are going through. By the way, इसी बात से, इसी हदीस से फतवा लेके जमहूर उलमा ने कहा नमाज में आप क्या क्या चीजें हलाओं है सोचने का. So
question on this.
yeah.
After Umar bin Khattab, why we were not able to
Produce another Umar.
No, we were not able to produce another Umar. That's another thing. The second thing is why we're not able to produce a guideline, because within 30 years, whatever Rasulullah created, that one state that fall apart within 30 years. So look at now, there's a smooth way to move the power after Magna Carta in 16th century. Europe gave us more of a democracy and things. Why Muslim, we were not able to produce such guidelines for smooth transfer of power? Because majority of what we lost in that era because of this power struggle. Was there any reason behind it? Why we were not able to produce?
Yeah, it's a good question. Should I start with this question? सबको समझ आया सवाल? Who knows about the second coming of Isa ibn Maryam? Do we believe that he's going to come in again? Do we believe that as Muslims? Hath kara karein, who believes that? Who believes that? Okay, from the back, right back. Kya naam hai? The red shirt. Yes, sir. Yeah. I can only see your arm. Kya naam hai aapka? Zishan. You believe that? So, when is he coming? Remember, I'm answering your question, okay? When is he coming? No, the answer is you don't know that. Nobody knows that, right? Yeah, you don't know that. But how long is he staying for? Now, that's something we know. Remember, I'm trying to answer this question. And this is Muzdalfa, your expertise. You better understand why I'm connecting you here. Ji,
Yes.
how long is he staying for?
Apparently 40 years.
Yeah. And right after that, what's going to happen?
Things will go back to
Two?
destruction.
Yeah. How long is that going to take?
Not too long.
30 years. 30 years. And then people are going to plummet back into immoral depth of whatever they're going to come up with. And after that, Allah Ta'ala ने कुरान ही उठा लेना कि तुम नबी के बाद भी तुम्हें होश आई. क्यों? नबी के बाद तो किसी को भी 1,24,000 दफा हम बेहोश हुए हर नबी के बाद. मसला ये था कि हज़रत ईसा के टाइम पे कोई भी घर नहीं बचेगा जो गैर मुस्लिम रहे. Everyone is going to turn into Islam. People are going to, and that's the Torah I'm quoting you. Torah is going to tell, Torah says, हमें तो पता है हदीस के through, that no more wars, no more bullets, even every single bullet will be melted. The whole metal is going to be used for plows and prune shears. So no more war, no more nothing. And still, everyone's going to go away from Islam. See, you know what? That's group psychology. This is human beings behaving in a group. This is, क्यों कहा था ईसा इब्न मरियम के बाद अब तो किसी ने नहीं वापस आना, ठीक है? So and that's it. That's the end of the story. वो final nail इसलिए आनी है because of what Dajjal is about to do or shall be doing, and then so on and so forth. Dabbatul ard, and so on. Jajuj Majuj. That's the final suture. Isa is going to be like sewing everything up. Job done. Uske baad, people on their own will do whatever we know. Second coming ke baad kya hona. And that's what they did. Ali bin Abi Talib ke baad, people went, super power unke paas thi. Everyone in the planet knew that this is the only superpower, and that's one little crack. One little crack came. Huzaifa bin Yaman says about Umar al-Khattab, because he knew about Umar al-Khattab, and he says the door is not open, the door is broken. The door will be broken, which means कि जब हल्का सा क्रैक मिलता है ना तो सैलाब डैम को तोड़ के निकल आता है. ह्यूमन बिहेवियर काम ही ऐसे करता है. This is the death of Umar al-Khattab. The door will be broken and all of fitna will be let loose, and then we will not be able to suture it back in. Okay? ये मैं आपके सवाल का जवाब क्यों दे रहा हूँ? Because this is group psychology. And this is why we're not understanding that there's a problem in the deeper definition of psychology जो कि हमारे साथ हुई हैं. And I'm going to prove it to you in front of you. It's not a mental game I'm going to play with you. I'm going to ask you some certain questions and I'm going to tell you, well, if the Quran was so explicit, then how do we answer simple questions? Because no one is going to be able to answer these questions. And I'll tell you where the formula and solution is. I'm here to give you energy to get more money, power, morality, acumen, IQ. Unless you get all of these 4 or 5 things, I'm sorry, you are the problem. You are the problem if you do not have all of those, and if you don't have a plan to get all of those. It doesn't matter whether you're going to psychology or sociology or politics or mathematics or physics. It doesn't matter. What matters is why you're going into this. Because right now I know what you're going through and why you're going through whatever you're going through in studies and in your careers. I mean, we all know that. I mean, it's not rocket science. Let's just take a case study. Anybody who's been here for more than 20 years, ask them. हम सबको इस सवाल का जवाब पता है कि रोज मैं सुबह क्यों उठता हूँ, इंग्लैंड में क्या कर रहा हूँ. You know what? He's going to have a pile of emotional, and rational verbiage. रुला के रख देगा आपको पाकिस्तानी तो. Literally 5 मिनट में रुला देगा आपको कि इंग्लैंड में क्या चल रहा है तेरा. And he'll be like, बैठ मेरी जान बैठ, तुझे बताऊं मेरे साथ क्या चल रहा है. You will actually cry or whatever. Your father, what's your name? Beta, in the front? Aida, where's your father? Yeah, there you go. Ask him. You know his story of the transit, you'll cry. Itni struggle वाकई में करता है पाकिस्तानी मर्द. Any immigrant man, by the way. It's not just the Pakistani. But since we're the Pakistanis, हम ज़रा ज़्यादा emotional होते हैं. So, he does not tell you. It's his job not to let you know the pain he goes through. Where is he, by the way? One of us. Here you go. No worries, don't worry. So let's not pick him up. Maybe he's going to feel embarrassed. I'm actually trying to praise the man. Of course, no points taken away from the women. I'm just talking about the man first, okay? I'm going to come to you, don't worry. Regular life क्या है एक इंसान की? Struggle, 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 struggle. Money, money, money. Economy, pressure, resources, bills. Forget about the luxury of the car and the house and whatever. You gotta live here, you gotta pay. You gotta pay up. Why? Because you got kids, they gotta eat. Then they gotta go to school, and every single thing comes later on. And then comes the turban guy explain to you कि भाई बात सुन 1000 तुझे options मिल रही हैं हर 2 नंबरी करने की इतना अपने आप को स्ट्रगलर कहता है फिर भी शराब फिर भी dance parties and all of that stuff फिर भी नशा फिर भी all of that stuff 2 नंबरी रिश्वत सूद फिर भी चलो ठीक है सूद और रिश्वत तो तू जस्टिफाई कर रहा है कि मैं क्या करूं I gotta take out the mortgage man otherwise rent इतना ज्यादा देना पड़ेगा it's going to be so much of a loss of so many years मगर अयाशी को तो जस्टिफाई नहीं कर रहे ना drugs को तो जस्टिफाई नहीं करते because I'm a struggler I gotta do coke nobody can do that I mean mortgage को जस्टिफाई करते हैं well everyone's कारण को गांधी साहब ने बता दिया okay done first mortgage is okay don't take the second mortgage out I get it मगर बाकी के मामलात को जस्टिफाई नहीं करते somebody comes in and resurrects well he doesn't resurrect वो करता क्या वो हर चीज को okay की रिपोर्ट दे देता है हर चीज में okay कर देता है because we need that okay there's a Pauline sitting in every Muslim we need that okay कि सारा कुछ के बाद भी तू जन्नत में चल जाएगा फिक्र ना कर वो कैसे जन्नत में चल जाएगा well because दिल में इस्लाम होना चाहिए 5 नमाजें पूरी कर रहे हैं ना बस नमाज ना छोड़ी और ये पकड़ ये तस्बीह अज़कार पूरे रख And I get it. It's an amazing story, such a beautiful story to tell to any struggler, especially in struggler. मैं overseas की बात कर रहा हूँ, because it's not your neighborhood. You don't have your friends who are going to show you the mirror. England में नहीं मिलेंगे वो आपको. People who are going to show you the mirror. वो आपको मीरपुर में ही मिलेंगे. तो हाँ, yeah, that's the truth. यहाँ पे पता कौन मिलेगा? एक गलती कर मेरे सामने बस ताकि मैं भी वो कर सकूं so that I would know I'm not the only one you know what I'm saying and I'm not just going to pick on the mortgage thing okay but it started with one guy and everybody was like वो चूंकि वो कर रहा है तो मैं अकेला तो नहीं मर रहा ना forget कि scholar ने okay कर दिया scholar is never going to do okay to coke or meth or gangs or a lot of other things. No, he's not going to do that. ये तो चलो जो भी technicality है, I'm not a mufti, I'm not going to go in there, even though blatant mistake. What I'm saying is, यहाँ पे that guy who's not going to show you the mirror. I'm that guy, Aiza. I'm going to show you the mirror. And I'm going to make you the mirror for my daughter. Because you're in the middle of me and my daughter. You're older than my daughter, right? She's 6. When she's going to grow, you are going to be doing something that she'll be like, no, I got no excuse because there's an Aida in Bradford. If she can live without a mortgage, if she can do that for Sudanese or Tunisians or Pakistanis sitting in Bradford, I better do it in Toronto. We just need enough heroes. That's all. That's real connections and real, inspirations. हमें पता कौन मिल रहा है? Justifiers. शीशा दिखाने वाले मिल नहीं रहे हमें. अभी मैं आपको अपनी केस स्टडी, आपकी फ्यूचर केस स्टडी, पाकिस्तान की genuine केस स्टडी दिखाता हूं. फिक्र ही ना करें. Through what? Through the seerah only. Through the lens of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. आयजा दुनिया में इतनी टफ लाइफ किसी किताब में किसी साइकोलॉजिस्ट ने इमेजिन नहीं की जो मेरे नबी ने गुजार दी, आपके नबी ने गुजार दी. हमें कोई ये बता ही नहीं रहा. You think Bradford was tough? Bradford was not tough. विक्टोरिया ने जो कुछ बुरा किया वो बहुत अच्छा, काफी सारे काम अच्छे किए हैं. इतना प्लेटफॉर्म बना के दिया, you did not have to go through many. Actually, you know what? If it were worse, you wouldn't have been here. You would have been back in Mirpur. By the way, Mirpur is one of the most more peaceful areas. Okay, not the best, but more peaceful areas. I mean, I literally live in Mirpur in so many ways because of some of my closest friends are from Mirpur. I speak the language too. I understand it. So you came here not to, face the heat. First man through the wall is going to be bloody, sir. Pehli saf ka mujahid. No. You're better than most Pakistanis. You're in better conditions than most Pakistanis, most Indians, most Muslims, most Africans, Egyptians. You're in the top of the food chain. Now, that's why I came here. If you are going to commit 1% of the sin, all of the Muslim land is going to commit 99. Because उनके पास वाकई में social justification होती है. उनके ऊपर सर पे नवाज शरीफ है, पाकिस्तान आर्मी है, उनके सर पे MBS है, मोहम्मद बिन सलमान है उनके सर पे. आपके पास क्या है? ओपननेस थी, do whatever. और आपने अपनी मर्जी की हुई. अभी तक एक बंदे को भी विक्टोरिया का पूरा नाम नहीं आता. Aida? No? Aida, what's Charles' full name? No, the king, your king. Charles who? Incidentally, Charles what? See, यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. नवाज का पूरा नाम आता है ना, नवाज शरीफ. चार्ल्स का पूरा नाम नहीं आता. ये है, इसके लिए मैं खून निकल रहा है आंखों से, आंसू नहीं आ रहे. आयदा, नवाज शरीफ का पता है? इमरान खान का पता ना? Yeah, of course. See, कभी किसी ने सोचा नहीं चार्ल्स का भी तो पूरा नाम होगा नहीं? उसका खाली नाम चार्ल्स तो नहीं रख सकते ना? Imagine हॉल में ना 1% को भी नहीं पता था जवाब. सब चुप है. कोई ये ना हो कि कोई पूछ ले मेरे से. You mean God save the king, eh? ओथ में बोला आपके दादा ने यहाँ पे. Oh, well, I was a queen at that time. So I need to. Okay, no, don't shift that. Let's just let's start with the basics, very basics. Okay, I'm gonna take altitude now. I'm gonna take off. Okay, I'm gonna be a little quick, swift. उर्दू अंग्रेजी मिक्स कर रहा हूँ मैं. Please don't mind. जो भी चीज ना समझ आए उसी वक्त खड़े हो जाएगा. So